EA Sports, and the PGA Tour so proud to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. From spectacular Pebble Beach, California, final round coverage of the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. Tell you what, we have seen some tremendous golf this week, outdone only by the incredible beauty that is the coastline of the Monterey Peninsula as we check the Sunday leaderboard. We've got a tie up at the top at 14 under par. Meanwhile, our featured golfer still hanging in with a puncher's chance, currently 4 shots off the pace. And that one not straight enough. It's going to work its way into the bunker.
Errant tee shot here, Rich, but going to have to muscle this one out of the rough.
Down on the course, let's check in with Nota Begay III.
Poor tee shot to start the day, now forced to get some elevation on this and a little left to right spin in order to find the green.
Nah, coming out of the bunker, just couldn't get enough club head on the ball and comes up well short. Second shot coming up. Let's bring in Iona Stephen.
124 left to the flagstick. And that wind, it's coming from right to left, so you might need to start this a little bit to the right-hand side.
Oh man, it looked good initially, but rolled off the green and back into the fairway. That stings.
Golf is so much about nearlies. Just a little bit more effort on that one. It would have been close. Instead, just that awkward distance.
And the computer dials this one up at 26 feet. That one just gonna sneak on by. It's going to slide just past the hole. Time to move on to the next hole. Okay, it's a bogey here at the first. And that'll drop him back down to 7 under. Frank, interestingly, this hole number 2 plays as a par 4 for the U.S. Open. It is a par 5. It's absolutely gettable, and players must take advantage.
Certainly, Rich. Off that back tee, really you've got to grab a driver. I know there's bunkers left and right, but the decision is whether that tee shot finishes in the fairway, because if it does, you're going to have a crack at this par 5 and 2. If it doesn't, then you play the layup.
This one's starting a little bit right. Good solid tee shot there, coming off the bogey at the first. This is in the fairway at number 2. Yeah, nothing to fault there. Good balance, good follow through, and a good start to this hole.
And that second shot on this par 5, it just came out too low, came out like a bullet. That first bounce, it wasn't going to stop. Second bounce wasn't going to stop, and just ran over the back. This par 5 green is well protected. That's 2 good shots, but that bunker's there for a reason. Now, with some nifty sand play, we're looking at 4.
Yeah, big explosion. Got it to stop quickly, and that will be a birdie opportunity coming up.
I like the sound that came out of the sand, but it's on the dance floor, but a long way away from the band.
Oh, he paid that one too much respect. It's not quite that fast.
And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Now, we've seen folks hang that putt out to the right. It does not move as much as you'd think, and that goes on by. Oh, no. Okay, so problems at the par 5, as that's in for a 7. And he'll fall back to 5 under. Okay, no problems there. Finishing off a birdie at number 2. And he'll move now to 5 under par. Third hole, Frank, this is a fun little par 4. Not too long, but the emphasis here is on putting the ball in the right spot, isn't it?
It certainly is. You have to know how far you carry it, because if you take a line at that sort of third bunker there on the right side, on a direct line at the left edge of that, it's about 250 yards to get to the sort of start of the fairway. From there, you're only 100 yards in, so just find your point, your aiming point.
Yeah, if you see shortish par 4s like this, it's a great time to bring out the irons, and that is going to work out well. And that will be more than adequate. It's safely into the fairway. Now Noda, his second from the fairway.
151 yards left. Wind definitely hurting in his face.
It's a solid shot and a green in regulation, but a little away from the band.
Couldn't ask for anything better. Split the fairway. And now I'll have a go at this second shot.
A little disappointing from that range. I really thought you could hit one in there tight, but instead, once again, tough 2-putt now.
He's hoping here to at least get this to tap-in range, but it is for birdie. From about 8 feet. Nicely done. It is a par here at the third. And he'll stay at 5 under. That one in for a bogey here at the third. And that's going to drop him down the leaderboard just a bit. Frank, this is where it becomes really obvious where you are. You're at Pebble Beach. There's the Pacific Ocean. And this begins that magnificent 7-hole stretch right along the ocean. A fun hole, not long, 331 yards up the hill. We're at the fourth.
Yeah, and each one of those 7 holes that you refer to, Rich, there's a common theme, which is don't look right, because that's pretty much the ocean the whole way around. And this one here, that decision has to be made. 330 to the front of the green. If there's a hint of a breeze, you try and drive it. Otherwise, really, you've got to worry about that pot bunker. That's between 230 and 250 yards. But as I first said, do not go right.
Solid, a good drive in the fairway. So after that bomb of a drive, this his second to the par 4. Oh dear, that looks thick in there. That's good technique, and that is right around 5 feet. Not too bad. Birdie putt now moving to his right. Yeah, that's a well-played hole. It's a birdie here at 4. And he will definitely not say no to that. Now a 7-footer. Okay, no further damage. It's a bogey 5. And that's going to drop him back to 4 under par. First par 3 of the round, and Frank, I'm reminded of the great history that Jack Nicklaus has here at Pebble Beach, and that goes well beyond what he did. as a player.
Well, that's for sure. And we know his playing credentials, but he won the second of his 2 U.S. amateurs here in 1961. Actually said that was the best he ever hit the golf ball. But his legacy really as a designer, you see right here in front of you. I never got to play the old fifth hole, which is further left. But this is an absolute beast. It plays around 190 yards, very narrow green. And that is a cliff on the right, believe me.
A very sensible play there, right in the middle of the green. Well, he was asking for it to sit down, but it would not comply, and that's going to wind up over the back. And that will be quite a challenge from there to get away with his par.
If he can make this, I'll just take it and run to the next hole.
Oh, yes, indeed. The line there, perfect. It is in for a birdie. Will certainly help the cause. Got it there, but not quite on target. Okay, that one brushed in for bogey here at the fifth. And he's going to slide backwards to 3 under par. Well, this is where the excitement starts to build early in a round at Pebble Beach. I know it's the 6th, but you're coming into possibly one of the greatest stretches in all of golf. This is a 498-yard par 5, goes up the hill, Pacific Ocean in the distance, chance to make an eagle here, and chance to feel really good about where you're headed. And that one going to wind up in the bunker. And that is going to be tough in there. That is into the heavy stuff. Want to make sure you catch this cleanly as a second to the par 5. That's what he wanted to do. After the tee shot, puts himself in really good position here on the par 5. From the fairway, let's go to Noda.
Couple nice shots up to this point. Ball sitting in the fairway, looking straight at this beautiful green, sitting right against the Pacific Ocean.
Cantlay for birdie. Oh, no problems at all. The pace perfect. It is in for birdie. And he's going to get this to 3 under par. Nicely read there. It is a par here at the 6th, and he'll stay at -3. Tee at number 7, and Frank, this is the shortest hole in championship golf. It is also one of the most beautiful holes in championship golf.
Yeah, it certainly is, and people assume that short is easy, but just look how small that target is.
Okay, not taking any chances there. A good, safe play in the middle portion of the green. That one safely on the putting surface. A look here at birdie.
Yeah, and over a putt like this, you've really got to trust the fact you've banked the practice, you trust the process, and certainly trust the line.
Not quite on line, and that'll drift a couple feet by. Now Cantlay, this for birdie. That one finished off. It'll be a par here at 7. And he'll remain right where he is. That one finished off. It's in for par. And he'll stay right where he is. Frank, as you know, of all the sports played on land, golf's the one with the best views. This is as good as it gets, but you need to focus now on what's ahead of you. This 8th hole is a real challenge, isn't it?
It certainly is. The temptation is to pull the camera out, but really it's about what club you're going to pull off this tee. There's 2 runouts on the right side, about 250 yards, left side about 270, and really that white rock is a great indicator of the line.
Just the 7-wood there, trying to control the flight, but that is safely into the fairway. And that will do just fine. Noticeable breeze coming right to left as he eyes his second.
That's a good shot, and more importantly too, a green in regulation, so birdie chance.
Frank, just the visuals on this second shot to number 8, mind-boggling.
Yeah, this is really where Pebble Beach attracts the best players in the world. Sitting on top of that hill, and you look at this green that angles away from the player on the player's right. Plus, you actually have to look at the putting surface. There's only a small area of flat surface. If you come up, anything sort of 5 or 6 yards short on that putting surface, it will come off. But also, too, you can, if you're a little bit of local knowledge, don't tell too many people, but you can use the back edge of the green, too, to roll the ball back. Another example there of the struggle today. Iron shots just not getting in close enough, and now another difficult 2-putt.
Yeah, that's what happens when you fall in love with the line and forget about the speed.
Here's Cantlay. This for birdie. Nah, got it out there too far. It was trying to come back, but couldn't get there. That one finished off. It's a bogey here at number 8. And that's going to drop him to 2 under. Okay, that in for par here at the 8th. And he'll stay at 2 under.
Frank, you might be tempted to just stare off at the Pacific Ocean. It's right there, but you'd also better have your focus on what is one of the more challenging par 4s in the game.
Yeah, this stretch, 8, 9, 10, demands just not just concentration, but really great shots. The tee shot here has to be struck absolutely flush down that left side. And the reason why, if you look closely, is this fairway, just everything moves to the right. So if you sort of pitch it in the middle of the fairway or the right-hand side of the fairway, it's going to go in the rough and leave you a really difficult second shot. So a great drive here is rewarded.
Yeah, that's a nice swing, and the result is going to be a tee shot that is set up just fine. That's right in the pocket. Now, watch this gravity take over here. That's going to come on down the slope. Wow, really well done. From the fairway, we check in with Noda.
Well, when you find your ball in the fairway at the 9th, you hit a great tee shot, one of the most difficult fairways to hit on the entire golf course, but now it opens up the opportunity to hit a great second.
What a nice shot. Right on the green and a pretty easy putt on the way. From the fairway, Nota, this is second.
Looking at 148 to the hole, struggling all day, looking to do something good here.
A little disappointing from that range. I really thought you could hit one in there tight, but instead, once again, tough two-putt now.
Oh, that one led perfectly. It is a birdie here at the 9th, and that finishes off a strong front 9. It's a 33, 2 under par. Nothing to it. Well done. It's a birdie here at the 9th, and that is going to finish off a 3 under front side as they go out in 32.
Start of the inward half and another big and bold par 4, Frank, with the ocean yet again running the entire length of that right side.
Yeah, you call it the ocean. I call it the world's largest water hazard. But look again on the other side of the fairway, and you'll see those 3 bunkers. Needless to say, they have to be avoided. But you do actually have to hit your tee shot just inside those because, once again, you've got a fairway that tilts left to right.
Beautiful tempo to that swing, and this is going to wind up squarely in the fairway.
It's best we forget about the front 9. Let's start afresh here.
Perfect spot to play this second, middle of the fairway. Okay, not the intended plan there, as this ball is going to wind up a foot or 2 off the green.
And a good iron shot, just not quite as close as what we'd all want to finish, but still.
Now this, for birdie at 10.
And there's no space for a lapse in concentration here, perhaps a little bit further away than we would have liked, but a 2-putt would be a very good result.
Yep, not bad. Had to put a little extra into that one, but got it there. That's a pretty good effort. Yeah, that's good pace. Just a little offline, but not too bad from that far away. So that's in for par to start this backside. And he'll remain right where he is. Okay, that one in for a bogey here at 10. And that won't help the cause one bit.
Well, this is where Pebble Beach changes significantly. We're going away from the Pacific Ocean now, up the hill toward the forest. Frank, what do you think of the 11th hole?
Well, it's tricky, Rich. Number one, because it's blind, as you've detailed, but uphill and it's sea level, so that tee shot's not going to go that far. There is a run out down that left side, just inside the tree line there. That's about 308 yards, but you're not going to go that far. So really, you have to respect this hole. Just hit a fairway finder.
This may be a touch right. And that, a good-looking shot there. Well placed in the fairway. From the fairway, Iona, this his second.
Yeah, he's looking at 116 yards to the front of the green, but 128 to the hole. Pin smack bang in the middle.
And desperately trying to get that shot dropped back straight away. And there's a good chance now after that shot.
Oh, this could be good.
I always looked inside that 15-feet circle. Anything inside that was going to be a good shot. So in my book, that's a good shot.
Okay, that ball online all the way. It's a birdie here at 11. And that puts him at 2 under for his round, 4 under for the tournament. So that brushed in for par here at 11, and he'll remain at 4 under. And now we arrive at the 202-yard par 3 12th. Best to work the ball right to left, landing as softly as possible on one of the firmest greens at Pebble Beach. Now from the bunker.
Yeah, just a little splash out on this par 3.
Okay, not bad out of the sand, and that's what will remain, trying to grind out a par. Oh, the hands came through beautifully there. Good thump of the sand, and a good chance to save par. Frank, that is painful.
And all you got to do, just hit it. Just hit it.
No missteps there. It is a par here at 12. And he'll stay right where he is. So, a tough hole. That's in for bogey at 12. And that's going to drop him down the leaderboard just a bit.
Well, this par 4 13th hole doesn't show up on a lot of postcards the way, say, the 8th hole would. But, Frank, this is a legitimate and challenging par 4, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly is, Rich. 400 yards, but it plays longer than that by virtue of it being uphill. But the addition of those 3 bunkers in on the right side have certainly shrunk the width of this fairway. Plus, it still tips from the right side to the left side. And you've got an uphill second shot. So, I've seen everything here. 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, you name it.
And that one looked good for a while, but it's going to get gobbled up by that bunker. And this, a tee shot that fits the eye, and that'll be just fine. Now Noda, his second from the fairway.
He's got 135 yards to the front, 142 to the hole, struggling all day, looking to do something good here.
Well, not super close, but safely on the green.
Anything on the green would be a good result from here as he readies his second out of the sand.
I'd give that an 8 or a 9 out of 10. Being in a fairway bunker and safely on the green, you never know. Might even sneak a birdie.
Yeah, that's good putt. That was a slippery one, but that's well done. Cantlay now for birdie. Oh, no, I think he was about ready to walk that in. That looked on target the whole way. Okay, safely in for par here at 13. And he'll remain right where he is. Okay, that one finished off for a par. And he'll stay right where he is.
Frank, the 14th hole, par 5, it is one of the most difficult par 5s in championship golf, isn't it?
It certainly is, Rich. Not just because of the length of the hole, 570 plus yards, but Breachable only really by the longest hitters in the right conditions. But it's the third shot. I've got to rank the third shot as probably the hardest short wedge shot, right up there with the 15th hole at Augusta. The drive was fine, but just not long enough. So this par 5 out of his reach.
Yeah, all about hitting the fairway here, and that is right where you want to be. So in the fairway, but a pretty good number to carry here for a second to the par 5. Well, just a good solid shot right there with that 3-wood, Frank.
It's an aggressive layup, really, trying to force that 3-wood down and get it as close as possible to the green. That's 2 good shots if you can't reach the par 5.
Has to be thrilled with that second shot here to the par 5. Frank got everything out of that.
Yeah, did well just to advance the ball so far down the fairway. And now a fairly straightforward third shot.
All right, that's a board, but a lot of green between ball and hole. This for birdie now at 14.
All you have to do is start this on line and let the slope do its thing. I don't see a lot of movement in it.
Nope. Oh, that is right on the precipice of going down. But I do believe it's going to stay out. No issues there. It is a par here at 14. And he'll remain right where he is. Safely in. It's a bogey here at 14. And that won't help the cause one bit.
Here at the 15th, a good drive, Frank, would be right down the middle. A bad drive would be on 17-mile drive. As scenic as it is, it's not where you want to be, is it? It's out of bounds.
Well, you can't afford to go right, and you can't afford to pay for that real estate on the right either. So, yeah, anything down there And fortunately, it's a downhill tee shot. I know there's sort of four bunkers really down the left side, but really it's the pot bunker that has to be avoided.
All right, in the fairway. He's got his game face on now. That's safely into the right portion of the fairway. Second shot upcoming with that pin tucked in the front left.
Really nothing wrong with that approach shot. Just a little shy of where you'd like to finish up, but still, one good putt, maybe a birdie.
This one's looking good.
I'm not quite sure that strike, whether they got it all, but ball's just come up a little shy. Outside chance for a birdie.
A look at birdie here at 15.
And putt coming up a ridge. One you might have to hit a little firmer to take some of the breakout.
That one just going to sneak on by.
And that was just a bit too firm.
11 feet away. Don't be short. Just another couple of turns, Frank. Okay, a solid par here at the 15th. And he'll stay right where he is. He'll finish that one off with no problem. It's in for par. And he'll remain right where he is.
This is a really pretty hole, the par 4 16th. What's the right line here, Frank?
Well, if you want to pick out something in the horizon there, if you look closely down there, the tallest tree in the distance, that's sort of right bang in the middle of the fairway. You will not see your tee shot land and you won't see it run out, but that's the line.
No issues here. That is into the fairway. And that was flirting with disaster the whole way, and it's going to wind up hopping into the bunker. So this is second now, trying to get this out cleanly.
Now, that was a tough shot coming out of the fairway bunker, so really, all in all, that's an excellent approach.
From a bit of a downslope here, his second to the par 4.
Good shot. Safely on the green and a birdie chance.
A birdie putt now at 16.
And this has a pretty clear right to left break to it. Players got to recognize the speed. This is one that guys leave short quite a bit.
Maybe gave that one a little too much credit and it missed on the high side.
Just like that.
Not that time. Pretty good effort, but it'll wander a couple of feet by. Okay, that'll be a par here at 16. And he'll stay right where he is. Okay, safely in for his par. And he'll remain right where he is.
17th hole here at Pebble Beach, all about history and all about beauty. Frank, what's the best way to make that 3 and get onto that 18th tee?
Well, first of all, it depends where the flag is cut, on the right side or the left side, because really this green is like a figure 8 on a 45-degree angle. On the left side, it's a much longer carry, and you've got to really hit your tee shot properly to make the ball carry that bunker and stop in time. On the right side, you can see, you go with a shorter club and the target is bigger.
Certainly had enough power, just didn't have any touch. Okay, safely aboard. Gotta be careful of this ball checking up too soon as he'll try to get this just right. Line may have been a little more sunken in than we had thought, but all in all, not a bad shot out of the bunker. From about 8 feet. Yeah, that's good putt. It is in for par here at 17. And he'll stay right where he is. That one finished off for bogey here at 17. And he's going to slide backwards to 3 under par. Well, here we are now at arguably the greatest finishing hole in golf. 536-yard par 5, Pacific Ocean, massive fairway bunker stretching more than 100 yards on the left, and cypress trees. Just a few of the things you need to contend with. No problems there. That's going to wind up safely in the fairway.
2 solid shots at the par 5 and found the green side bunker. Lie looks good. Now, just needed a good bunker shot.
Didn't check, Frank.
Yeah, just not enough spin on that, really. I mean, that almost like took that first bounce and just ricocheted forward.
Not quite on in 2. Here's the third from the greenside bunker.
Okay, a good out, and that's what will remain for birdie.
This is an 11-foot putt.
Yeah, that's a good putt there. It's a birdie at 18. And that will finish off our round of golf. Yeah, it's a birdie at the last. And that will write an end to the round here today. So, Frank, all things considered, not a weekend to remember for our featured golfer, but hey, you can't win them all, right?
No, that's for sure. But hey, they beat half the field.
So, for Frank Nobilo, Notably Gay III, Iona Stephen, and a cast of hundreds, I'm Rich Lerner. You've been watching PGA Tour Golf on EA Sports. So long, everyone.
Right. Thanks for watching.